What costs nothing to give, but could possibly make a huge difference in your daily interactions with people? Kindness. Welcome to Be a Better Person. And today's topic is kindness. So, kindness to me means doing something nice for no reason whatsoever. I don't know what it means to you. Comment below if it means something different than that. But anyways, kindness can be as simple as just smiling at somebody while you're walking past them. Maybe holding the door. Maybe doing the pay it forward thing at a coffee shop or ice cream place or fast food restaurant. Holding somebody's door, giving a compliment. Oh, look, I love your sweater. Oh man, your eyes are pretty. Beautiful. Be careful. Don't be creepy with those because some people take that the wrong way. So always make sure, and where you do that at could make a big difference too. So just be careful. Try to keep your nice comments like that not creepy. But as long as you're showing genuine concern with your words, that can be kindness. Letting people know that you're proud of what they've accomplished, talking them up, making them feel good about themselves. Those are people that you know a little better. Holding the door, the smile, that can be somebody that you're just passing with and you may never ever see again. And again, I don't know about you, but myself, it really, really makes me feel good when I see somebody else smile because of something that I've done to make them happy. So we don't know where people are. We don't know what's going on in their lives. We don't know if they're under stress. We don't know if they have problems that they don't know how to solve. And so 2 little seconds to hold the door, smile, compliment could be huge in their day. So I've tried to really start focusing on making sure that I do those things. Again, I'm the worst example of anything because I have some terrible habits, and that's kind of why I've started this, because if I can change, anyone can change. So again, I try to every morning go into a thing of trying to be kind, trying to be positive, trying to think about how I can stop judging people and make things better. And it's just with kindness because, like I said, the smallest little thing, you don't know how that could affect somebody who is going through something terrible or just in a bad place. And that can bring a light to somebody when they're in the darkness. And again, it doesn't cost anything. It just is something that you have to start thinking about, I want to do on a regular basis. And how are the different things, what are the different things I can do? Another thing, comment below about some things that you do that are kind that cost nothing. Yeah, like I said, sometimes the pay it forward thing, that can cost. But maybe just, you see the neighbor's trash cans out at the corner after the trash man's went and you wheel it up to their house for them. Any multitude of little things. You have some extra stuff in your garden and you go leave it on the porch of somebody who you know likes whatever the produce is that you harvested. All those things are just little things of kindness that can have an effect on not only how people view you, but again, don't do it so people think that you're a wonderful person. Do it because it's something that brings you joy. Because like I said, when I do nice things for people, it always brings me a ton of joy. And guess what? When I do those things, it helps me forget if I'm in a bad mood. Like if I'm walking into a place and I hold the door for somebody and they're like, oh, thank you so much. And maybe things weren't going well for me that day. And that can pick me up. I'm like, oh, look, I made somebody happy. I made somebody smile. Picks up my mood as well. Makes me feel really good about myself. Even if they don't say thank you, I don't go, oh, how rude. You didn't say thank you for me holding the door. No, I don't care. I held the door. They got to come through without any problem. I smiled. Even if they don't smile, I'm still going to smile. I don't let that get to me and I don't think anything negative because, again, maybe they didn't notice that I smiled. Maybe their mind's somewhere else on whatever the problem is that they're having. And like I said, I don't know about you, but I know how I feel when I can make other people happy. I need to get back to, because another thing that I started doing is just reaching out to random people who maybe even I hadn't talked to in a while. And just send them a little thing saying, hey, I don't know if you were ever aware of this, but I really appreciate it. And I did that for a bit before, but then I kind of got away from it. And I really probably should start making a little list and writing out of people who I should thank for things that they've done for me in the past, or how they made me feel in the past, or, you know, just some employees who were really good employees who I really enjoyed working with and now I don't work with anymore. So that's a thing that I'm going to start doing as well, maybe get back into the habit of that. I did it, like I said, for a very short period of time, but then I kind of got away from it. And so I want to tell you about a little story that did happen. Oh, I don't know. It's been a couple months ago. When you get old like me, sometimes, you know, what you thought was 2 weeks ago was really 4 months ago. So, but it was relatively recently. My wife and I, we went to go visit my daughter. And then she wanted to go to this orchard place that we were going to pick some different berries that day, but we were going to have lunch first. Well, the funny thing is I hadn't noticed the whole trip, getting up in the morning, my wife getting dressed, me getting up in the morning, me getting dressed. The shirts aren't exactly the same, but we were both wearing St. Jude shirts because we do some things monetarily donating to St. Jude's because we think it's a really good place. And we never paid attention. So we're at lunch and this woman comes up to us and she goes, "Oh, I love your shirts." She goes, "Do you guys donate?" And we were like, "Oh, yeah. We send something every month." And she said, "Thank you so much. My son was there for 11 months and they took care of everything. So I appreciate what you do because that helped me." And then she went about her business because she didn't mean to interrupt or whatever. But you want to talk about tears in our eyes almost, because it was just like something that we didn't really even think, something we wanted to do personally. Somebody saw our shirts and it really affected them in their real life. So it reinforced our thoughts that, man, this was a great thing for us to do in our monthly money that we send to that cause or organization. And again, this is like most of the things, changing topics here. I squirrel a lot from what we were just talking about. I'm talking about kindness in general. It's a mindset, I think, because not that if you're normally kind, you're always kind, but like I said, when you're trying to get away from judging people, when you're trying to get away from wondering why people don't all think the same way you think about, when you're trying to make sure that you're good with who you are, and trying not to change other people and just focus on changing you, is still, you can be a kind person, but not only always focus on that kindness. And again, the little things that you can do that don't cost anything, maybe some time, or just, look at, made a little smile, holding a door while you're going out it, saying something nice to somebody. Just, it doesn't cost anything. And so I'm going to be more cognizant. Hopefully, maybe you'll start really focusing on doing that as well. And then we can hopefully make a huge difference in other people's lives by just our smiles and our little tiny acts of kindness. And it doesn't always have to be actions. It can just be some words. It can be, again, a gesture, an expression. And try to get in that mindset that every day, hey, I'm going to try and find this many things to do today to try and be kind to other people. And go out of your way to try and do those things. Like I said, you'll see how much better you feel about yourself and how happy you are when you start getting those reactions back from people. And again, not everybody's going to react positively, but the people who do are going to make you feel a lot better. So just remember, like we just said through all this, your smile makes me smile. Remember to be kind, to be grateful, and to be helpful. And until next time, have a wonderful day.